The Old Testament. Genesis teaches about creation and the beginning of the Israelites, God's chosen people through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Exodus tells of Moses and how God used him to lead the Israelites toward the promised land. In the book of Leviticus, God gives the Israelites instructions. Numbers tells of the Israelites wandering in the wilderness for 40 years. Their wandering was a consequence of their disobedience. In the book of Deuteronomy, God gives more instructions to his people, and Joshua becomes the leader of Israel. In Joshua, the Israelites enter the promised land. Judges tells about leaders of Israel including Samson, Gideon, and Deborah. Ruth tells of King David's great-grandparents. The books of 1st and 2nd Samuel tell about the life of Samuel and give the history of the first kings of Israel. King Saul and King David. 1st and 2nd Kings continue with the history of the kings of Israel. After King David's rule, his son Solomon reigned. These books also tell about the lives of two prophets, Elijah and Elisha. 1st Chronicles gives the history of Israel from Adam, the first man, through King David. 2nd Chronicles tells of the King Solomon and the influence of other kings of Israel. The book of Ezra and Nehemiah tell of the two men who obeyed God when others around them did not. Esther tells of a Jewish woman who becomes queen of a great nation. The book of Job tells how Job trusted God even when things were hard. Psalms is a book of praises and poems of worship to God. Proverbs and Ecclesiastes are books of God's wisdom that teach us how to live. Song of Solomon tells of a man's love for his bride. Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Lamentations were written by men called prophets. A prophet tells others what God tells him. Isaiah tells the Israelites about their coming Savior. Ezekiel, Daniel and Hosea continue with the books of prophecy. God uses these men to tell Israel more about him and their coming Savior. The books of Joel, Amos, and Obadiah are more messages from God to his people, the Israelites. Amos was a shepherd whom God used to speak to Israel. Jonah, Micah and Nahum give more prophecies from God. The book of Jonah tells of a prophet who ran from God, repented, and obeyed. The books of Habakkuk, Zephaniah, and Haggai continue with messages from God to the Israelites. In these books, God tells the Israelites important things that will happen to them and other nations. Zechariah and Malachi are the last books of prophecy telling about the coming Savior. These books complete the section of the Bible called the Old Testament.